this morning we've got a Ford Mondeo in for a squeaky belt. So we come down to diagnose it. Just show you in here. I couldn't get the tensioner undone because this bit's broken. So I've ordered everything we might need. So this is a new tensioner. This is what we've got to change. You can see here, this is the bit that's missing. So basically you put a torque socket into that, pull it down, and that detensions the belt system. And we've also got the belts to replace as well. And then for the job after that, we've diagnosed we've got a rail pressure sensor to fit. That's the part there. Got a Bosch one, didn't want to get any cheap one because it's just not worth it. So that's the other fault with this. The customer's saying that it cuts out sometimes on hard acceleration. Right, so that's the old one out. You can see the part here that I was talking about. It's broken off. This is a new one. That's how it should look. Because the bearing's very dry. I don't know if you can hear that, but when it's spun up, it makes a whirring noise. So we're gonna take that old bolt out because you don't get a new one. Put that into there. So that seems to have cured that. So it just needs a new tensioner. I'm really happy about that. I saved the customer a lot of money. I just couldn't tell if it was the alternator or the tensioner because they're so close to each other. When I originally diagnosed it, and because the I couldn't get the belt off basically without cutting it, so I said to the customer that the tensioner needs changing and go from there really, so at least it's serviceable and we can get the belt off. So now we've got this sensor here to change, which is the rail pressure sensor. The bolt for it is right down there, and there's no room to get a proper socket in there. So we've got these. We want a mini one, don't we? I think it's a T20. So it'd be that one there. So this little tool is an absolute lifesaver. US Pro, it's about £3.50 on eBay. I had it years. Should get a spare one really. So in order to get this to fit, I've had to make a tool, which basically I've chopped down one of these just to shorten it a bit. Well, this is a T25, but this is a T20, but you get the idea. Basically just to shorten that down a little bit so I don't have to remove the inlet manifold. So you can see how short that is now. So hopefully, so you can see down here, this is how I've done it. That fits in there nicely. And you can just get enough on it to crack it off because they're really tight, so you're going to get better crack it off basically. So that's the old one out. This is the screw. It's quite a long one. And this is our new part, ready to go in. So that's all on and back together. The new one's in there. We put the cover on. Now I've just got to read the book code. So down to our next job. Serviced this a little while ago. And I noticed the coolant tank's very manky, looks a bit oily. We've tested the block with a block tester, it'll pass all fine, so we're going to replace this wash ball and flush out the system. So while that's warming up, that stuff's going around the system to hopefully clean this out, clean the lines out. We've got to investigate why the washers don't work. The customer's topped it out. You can hear the pump going, so that's nothing to do with the fuses or wiring, the pump works. So it's either we've got blocked washer jets or the filter in the tank's blocked. So drained the tank out and removed the pump, and this is the offending article. As you can see here, all the snot that is hanging off, so we need to clean that out and refit it. Nice simple job, no parts needed. Right, so we need to drain this coolant out, as much of it as possible. We could remove a hose, it's quite messy. On this we've got a drain here, so with a 13mm we're going to loosen that off. And fingers crossed it'll go in the bucket. Of course it's going everywhere but the bucket. So I found a bit of fuel hose to wedge over it, to put it straight in the bucket. Just need to release the pressure from the top, let it all go in. So off. So that nastiness will now go into the drainer. So go ahead and remove that tank now, put it up as high as we can. Let's get as much as the coolant out as possible before removing the hoses. So that is the old manky bottle off. Look at it, horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Nice new bottle to go on. So we've got this tool on here which basically pulls a vacuum on the system, and that not only checks for leaks but pulls all of the hoses tight. You can see it pulls all of the hoses flat, and once that's got a nice vacuum on it, we twist this one here which sends coolant from this bottle all the way up, down into this bottle. Basically replaces the vacuum fluid. So in theory there should be no blockages, no air blockages. So yeah, that's left that at a pretty nice level now. We're going to run it up, get the heaters going, just make sure it's all bleeded out, wait till the fan pump cuts in, and check for leaks. Topped up the washers now, put screen wash in there. We'll check that to see if it leaks anywhere, but that's all sorted. So yeah, looking good. We have got a BMW X3 in for a brake fluid change. This is our setup. We've got the pressure bleeder, which is forcing new fluid through the master cylinder, through the ABS block and to the wheels. Also protect the wing with a new microfiber cloth. So yeah, I should get under it and bleed all the brakes out. Get some nice fresh fluid in there. So I'm under the car now. I've done the rear left and the rear right. Cleaned it all off. We're going to move on to the front. You want to be getting your brake fluid changed every 2 years. Reason for that is brake fluid is hygroscopic, and that means it takes on water. Water isn't good for aluminium components or steel components because obviously it causes corrosion. And on a BMW, a lot of stuff is aluminium, brake calipers, etc. So yeah, you see it quite a lot where you'll get a seized piston. Basically the piston will go out, push the brake against a disc and then not return because of the corrosion around it. Yeah, so get your brake fluid change. So yeah, just behind us here we've got a spanner with the nipple of the brake caliper cracked off, and basically the fluid is all going into that. So the new fluid is replacing the old fluid. The old fluid will go into this container. I was all excited yesterday because I thought it was the first day of spring. The sun was out, decided to get shorts on rather than wearing trousers all year. Trousers in this trade's horrible. I know it's supposed to be health and safety and all that malarkey, but spending all day in a pair of work trousers isn't nice. So yeah, as soon as we can get shorts on and work outside, the better. But today the sun was out and now the sun's gone in and it's freezing cold. So it's not great. But we're going to crack on. Finish this one up. Right, so we now need to reset the CBS on the car, because on the dashboards it still says service, and it's because it needs brake fluid change. Obviously we've done the brake fluid change, so now we just need to reset it on the car.
What's worth 3, it's no worth 6.
So this is how we reset the CBS, so correction of CBS scopes. Then it shows you the percentage of the oil, front brakes, rear brakes, brake fluid and vehicle check. So we've already reset it, so brake fluid you can see is reset to 100%, which is 24 months. When you go onto the car you can see everything's okay. So that's all done. On to our second BMW of the day. We've got a 2 Series Coupe for a minor service and brake fluid change. We're just doing the online service history at the moment before we start. So that's us down here and all the bits that we're carrying out. The guy said it was serviced last year and the year before at a tyre centre, but according to the online service history they either haven't updated it or haven't done it. So we're just in the car resetting the CBS scope. Performing the oil reset. So engine oil now is 100%, brake fluid 100%, and we'll be checking the vehicle as well, so we'll reset that. So car's all jacked up, axle stands are underneath, and we're just draining the oil out. Handy little flap under here. Usually BMWs don't have these flaps, and you've got to undo about 1,000 8mm bolts just to drain the oil. So going back in the car, we've got a nice quality filter to go in. That is for that. That is also for that. And then, because we don't really use these, we've got a new one to go on. So this is the new oil filter, all built up, ready to go in. We've got new A-rings on the top and the bottom. You can see the old ones here. And the old filter, it's not in a great state and it's very, very heavy. So yeah, it definitely needed to be done. So right now we're just searching technical data for the torque settings for the oil filter, which is here, 25 newton meters, and also the sump drain plug, which is also 25 newton meters, and the oil quantity 6.5. So onto the brake fluid. It's on the top. It's going to protect the wing with a cloth. It actually sits inside rather than under. Pressurised it up. So because this is an M Sport car, the calipers have got 2 brake nipples on the outside and the inside. So we'll start off with the outside ones. Drain that into there. Now we're on to the inside nipple. I'll wait for that to drain out. Nice bit of fluid. This is the old fluid going into this dirty container. Replaced it with some nice clean fluid. It's a long old process, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Cool. Sounds lovely, that does. So there we go, that's our service we've carried out: engine oil, brake fluid, the vehicle check and the inspection. F1 Auto Centre's done it before. We've obviously put the wrong mileage in. Idiots. Give everything a nice wipe down. Why not? Right, last job of the day. We have got a camera to fit on this. So we're a Road Angel approved installer for our area in Eastbourne. I do loads of dash cameras. This customer has just opted for a front-facing camera, and it's the lower model of the range. A good camera. First things first, while the ignition is off, we need to find a live feed. So this one here is pretty good. And we also need to find an ignition feed and a good earth. So you want to make sure this fuse box is good for us. So what I mean by that is, because we need a permanent live and we need an ignition live, they might not all be in this fuse box. I had it before on some vehicles where you only get a permanent live and nothing else. So we're going to run through the fuses. You're going to go for the lowest fuses possible. So the 7.5 amp one here. That I think is going to be our ignition fuse. The heavens have officially opened, so we're under the guys looking at me thinking, what are you up to? Yeah, got this up. Keep the car nice and dry while doing electrical work. So yeah, that's that all completed. What we've done, all the wiring's hidden in the fuse panel. Obviously goes up and over, and this is the camera here. So we'll turn this on. The camera will warm up.
Halo recording started.
So now when ignition's on and the car's running, the camera just runs all the time. We turn the ignition off.
Parking surveillance mode activated.
And basically the camera goes to sleep, turns into parking mode, and then if the car's knocked, the G-sensor inside will come on and the camera will start recording.